Mars Life.
Mars Life.
Yes. Day 4
Day 4.
on evolving through anger.
Yes.
Man, one thing we want to say is, when you're evolving through anger, we want you to understand the happiness of the flip side of that anger. The reason why you want to evolve through the anger is to stay in that happiness and that peace.
Right. And it's important. It's important to really get control of those emotions and don't let those emotions control you. So that's what evolving through anger is about. So today we're going to talk about triggers.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. And we all have them. And when you flip that switch, push that button, whatever it is, watch out.
Yes.
Watch out. Because
Yes.
now you got the behaviors. Things are getting ready to happen. What people say is now you're going to get that action.
So what triggers you? Comment.
Yeah,
Let us know. What gets you going?
right,
Yeah.
right. Certain things. So what? Let's name a few things that may get people going.
Someone saying you did something wrong.
Always accusing you of something. What if somebody accusing you of something, or maybe lying and saying that you said something, or maybe did something.
Gossip.
Maybe somebody lying to you and saying, being distrustworthy or being dishonest to you, or cheating in a
Right.
relationship.
Those being belittled, like put down.
Like name calling, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right.
If someone, takes something that you said and makes it not important in that moment, when you feel minimized or like you're not heard or valued.
I tell you, one big trigger is when things are happening and you feel like you have no control over the things that are happening to you, and you feel like you have no control over. So then you're triggered, and then your anger takes over.
Right. So it's like that unexpected energy hits you, and you're like, I have no control.
And you can't help but react on the ways that you normally do. So if you've kind of developed this way to handle situations, and we all have. So if it's kind of a way to really impact you negatively, I should say, so basically, if you do something wrong, you're going to end up having to pay, like say, a bunch of fines, or maybe doing harm, whatever it is, but you come out of your character, all kinds of things.
Right, right. So it's important to be aware of what your triggers are.
Yes.
Traffic. Who has road rage?
Big thing.
Yeah.
Big thing with people trying to identify, their triggers. And of course, road rage is one thing that's huge right now. Because people are a little stressed. So that can be a huge trigger for people.
If someone doesn't respect your time, that's a trigger. Being late, like or making you wait for extended periods of time.
What about just being frustrated for maybe losing a job, or those kind of things, or maybe even anger through grief. So grief can be a big trigger for people. And then they kind of stay in that angry stage.
Right. Because anger is a stage of grief. You're gonna feel that upset, that feeling of, why I'm mad. So it's a part of processing a loss. Yeah. What else we got? Not being listened to. If someone like spills something or destroys property that's important to you.
And a lot of times that comes up from a buildup of things too. Like say if you feel like you don't have a voice,
Right.
and then you have a lot of resentment kind of built up, and then one thing happens, and then that may trigger you to kind of just say everything in just a big rage, and then of course in that rage you look like a crazy person because people are like, well, man, they just went off for no reason kind of
right.
thing. So it's processing that anger and being able to kind of get it out.
Exactly. So feeling like you're under attack or if someone's threatening you.
Oh, that's a big trigger.
Oh yeah.
That's a big trigger. If you feel
threatened. Because your safety. Let's see, what else?
What else is another trigger can be if people are looking to you for advice and then you give them that advice and then they don't take it. That could be a big trigger for people, and just know that, those things that you're trying to control will automatically pull you into a situation to where it can control that emotion. So that can be a big trigger for you. You know.
Right.
So just know people have their own mind. They you know.
They
So,
do.
you know. So what else can trigger you?
Like authority. So if someone doesn't respect your authority, if you take on a new role and maybe your reports don't want to report to you, those things.
Maybe your kids not
Mhm.
listening to you or not obeying or you know those kind of things can kind of have you in on edge. And see, a lot of times these things will kind of trickle over into our work and our home life, wherever it's coming from. It'll trickle over into those things, you know, because
Right.
a trigger's a trigger, wherever it's coming from. If you get triggered, you'll automatically react to it.
Sometimes just getting caught. Just caught in situations you shouldn't have been in.
That's a defense for people too, you know. So that triggers them to get angry just
Mhm.
because they try to defend, you know.
Right.
Why this is why, you know, kind of thing.
Right. So really, it's important to identify what triggers you
Right.
because you're not going to be able to get a hold of things if you just don't know and you're just kind of reacting to everything that comes your way. But the more you can understand that, okay, it's Sunday, I got to go over to my mom's. She usually starts telling me how to live my life, and then when I go home, I'm in this mood. So just understanding that, okay, mom telling me how to live my life is a trigger for me. So now you can start to develop strategies and get a plan in place so that you can deal with that.
Right. Right. If people do certain things and then you find yourself reacting to them in the same way, especially in a negative way, then that person may be a trigger for you. You know, as far as throwing things out there to trigger your moods into to reacting.
Right, right.
And they may be doing it on purpose or they may be doing it subconsciously too. So, you know, but it's in us to control how we behave and then also control our emotions too. And it's very, very hard to do. It's easy to say, but very hard to do.
Right. And I wanted to tie day 3 into it, which was about the body.
Yes.
So if you're hungry or sick or fatigued, you can become very irritable.
Very.
So that in itself can be a trigger for you. So just know that if you just can't find or identify a specific thing and you just feel a certain way, check your self care.
Go through that checklist.
Yeah.
Go through that checklist and see exactly what may be off. You know, what's out of balance, what's out of whack.
Right, right. So,
identify your triggers.
yeah.
And when you're able to identify your triggers, guess what? You're able to catch that thought that may be making you behave in a negative way. You know, and if you're able to catch that, then you don't say or you don't act in that negative behavior.
Right.
And then you feel empowered in that because you get power from controlling your own emotions.
That's right.
You know, and you feel wonderful afterwards.
Feel good.
You feel
and that's what we want.
Right?
We want you to feel good.
Yes.
And the better you feel, the better your life will become.
Things start opening up. And I know everybody out there has been feeling that big push of, man, it feels good. I know that I'm getting the things that I want and things are coming to me. So continue to grow in that.
Right.
Identify those triggers and they will help you blossom and grow and measure how you're doing with the anger journey.
Good stuff.
So we love you.
We love you.
And we want you to continue to evolve through your anger.
Yeah.
All right?
It's time.
Get out there and enjoy your life by evolving through anger. Myers Life.
Myers Life.
You know I want the love. You know you need the love. You know we want the love. You know I want the love. You know we need the love. You know I got the love. Man, can you feel the love? Can you feel the love? You know I give you love. You know we giving love. You know we need your love. Myers Life. Myers Life. Yeah, check out the new merch. Get your family dripped up and draped out in the new merch. Ah, yeah. That drip is here. That drip is here. That drip is here. That drip is here. The source, the drip is here. The son of source shorts, man, that drip is here. We got the leggings for the lady drip. It's here. We got the leggings for the lady drip. It's here. The son of source shirts. The drip is here. The son of source shirts. The drip is here. Source's brain shirts. Man, that shirt is so tight. Man, that shirt is so tight. Don't mess up my vibe. Don't mess up my vibe. That shirt is so live. Man, don't mess up my vibe. You can see the vibrations on the front. You can raise your vibrations on the front. You ain't gotta worry about it. You can get some socks. You can get some socks. You can get some socks. The drip is so live. The drip is so live. Don't mess up my vibe. Don't mess up my vibe. Mine's life. Mine's life. The drip is so vibe. The drip is so live. The drip is so live. Don't mess up my vibe, man. That shirt is so live. The son of source shirt. The son of source shirt. Man, that shirt's so live. Man, that shirt's so live. Don't mess up my vibe. Don't mess up my vibe. The merch is here. The merch is here. Mine's life. Mine's life, man. That merch is here. Man, get your shirt. Get your shirt. Get your shirt. Get your shirt. Man, don't mess up my vibe. That shirt is so live. Don't mess up my vibe. That shirt is so live. Get some socks. Get some socks. You can get a dog shirt. You can get your dog shirt. You can get your dog shirt. That messed up my vibe. Man, that shirt is so live. Don't mess up my vibe. That shirt is so live. Son of source. Son of source. Son of source. Son of southern source. Son of southern source. The source healing center shirt. Mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. Let your family get draped up in the drape. Let your family get dripped in the drape. Hey, that shirt is so live. Don't mess up my vibes. Mine's life. The merch is here. The merch is here. The merch is here. Hey.